Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk more Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're getting into the final few episodes of Season 1 here, guys, and I don't know exactly what we're building to, but nevertheless, I feel that we're getting closer to a significant turning point in the bigger story. We've been teasing this confrontation between Aang and Zuko all season. Zuko's always just been a moment too late chasing after Aang, whether it was right back at the beginning of the season when we were down in the Southern Water Tribe territory, or when we went to the storm and Zuko made the wise decision of putting his crew's safety over chasing after Aang, even though Aang flew right past him in the middle of that storm. And then last episode, we finally got an actual fight between the two of them. Oh, and I'm not even getting into Zuko stealing Aang, basically, from the Fire Nation after Aang had been captured. I feel like we need more confrontation between these two, because as opposed as they are, Aang at least realizes that there's a deeper connection there, that these guys are basically two sides of the same coin. And Zuko, well, he is Fire Nation, he doesn't really represent the Fire Nation in his hunt. His hunt is a personal one. His hunt is, he's so obsessed with getting Aang the Avatar because it means that he has hope of rejoining the Fire Nation, of regaining his father's approval, of getting back to the way it was, even though, as Iroh says, it'll never go back to the way it was. Aang represents hope for Zuko, and that's why Zuko's so obsessed with his capture. I want more interaction between those characters, and we're getting enough of it, don't get me wrong, but I just want to see more. I want to see where that evolves. Last episode was just a straight out fight between the two of them, and that's cool, seeing their different styles at work. They were very evenly balanced. Well, it was Zuko with his firebending and Aang with his airbending, but when Aang incorporated waterbending into the fight, it ended immediately. So that's Aang's advantage as the Avatar. He's going to be able to master all these forms of bending, and that will be the power that allows him to save the world, basically. But I do wonder how Zuko plans to counter that, because all he is a firebender. There's only one who can master all, apparently. So it seems like it's an unfair fight from now on. Now that Aang has expanded his arsenal and will continue to do so, no one should be able to stand against him, but I don't feel like Zuko is going to give up that easily. So I'm curious to see how that dynamic between our protagonist and antagonist evolves over the rest of this season and the next two seasons. What's this episode about? I honestly don't know, but it's called The Deserter, and I wonder, because of Zuko's situation, I feel like at some point he will abandon the Fire Nation. And, well, I feel like that is a future plot point. I feel like maybe it's too early for that. Maybe we haven't reached that point yet where he will forsake all his past, all his family connections, all his loyalty. But that's my first thought when I hear the title, The Deserter. It's probably completely unrelated. But yeah, that's just sort of the first thing that comes to mind. I think at some point we will have Zuko and the Fire Nation completely sever ties. Anyway, only one way to find out. Let's watch the episode. This is episode 16 of season 1, and it's called The Deserter. Oh. Mysterious figure in shadow.
The Fire Days Festival. This would be a great place for me to study some real firebenders.
You might want to rethink that.
Going
Look
into
at
a
this.
Fire Nation, though? Oh.
Hey, a poster of me.
Wanted.
We'll wear disguises, and if it looks like trouble, we'll leave.
The guy that his head was next to, yeah. That was there for a reason. Sokka's look is very similar to his. Like, that's what Sokka's gonna look like in 50 years.
Here while we go to the festival.
Momo, go hide in a bush. You too, Appa. Hood. Kinda, Hood. Is that Jet? Who is that? Or is it somebody new?
I think we need some new disguises.
Mask time.
Where are we gonna get masks like that?
Get your genuine Fire Festival masks here.
There you go.
That was surprisingly easy.
Barely an inconvenience.
Flaming Fireflakes. Best in town.
I'll take it.
I'm guessing those are spicy.
Flaming fire flakes. Hot. What do you know?
I need a volunteer from the audience.
Oh, me!
What do you think you're doing?
I want to get a closer look.
How about you, little lady? Let's give her some encouragement.
She's the only one not in red robes.
Aw, that could have been me.
Who is that?
You will be my captured princess. I will tame this fiery beast. It's too strong. I can't hold it.
We gotta help her.
No,
It's
we
the
don't want to make a
act.
scene.
Oh, Aang. Aang goes into like these monkey caricatures way too often.
Follow me. I can get you out of here. There they are.
Who is this? Oh, all the fireworks. Yeah, that tail attack. Appa's definitely an airbender. Also the tattoos, but you know. Alright.
Nice touch setting off the fireworks.
You're a Fire Nation soldier.
Was. My name's Che.
Che, okay.
I serve a man.
He's the
living
deserter.
legend, Zhang the Deserter.
Oh.
He was a Fire Nation general. He's the first person ever to leave the army and live.
You mean there's a firebender out here who's not with the Fire Lord?
And he's the perfect person to train the Avatar.
It can't hurt just to talk to him.
That's what you said about going to the festival. Why doesn't anyone ever listen to me?
Oh,
Don't move.
who are these guys? Earth Kingdom colors, but
Lin Yi's an old buddy. Right, Lin Yi?
Shut up. Keep moving.
okay. Che's a nut.
Is that where Zhang is? I need to talk to him right away.
No, you wait there. Go, now.
Don't worry. He's a great man. Great man.
So the Avatar was here, and you let him slip away.
Yes, sir. But other than that, the festival went off without a hitch.
Can I see Zhang now?
He won't see you. He's very angry that I brought you here. He wants you to leave immediately.
Finally, let's hit the road.
Why won't he see me?
He says you're not ready.
I'm going in anyway.
Is Zhang real? Is this a Jacob situation? What do we got here?
Get out.
I'm the Avatar. It's my destiny to...
Destiny? What would a boy know of destiny?
Oh, okay. He's the wanted poster.
But it's the Avatar's duty to master all of the bending disciplines.
To master the bending disciplines, you must first master discipline itself. But you have no interest in this, so I have no interest in you.
This could be my only chance.
Are you deaf? How can I teach you if you refuse to listen? Before learning firebending, you must learn water and earth. Water is cool and soothing. Earth is steady and stable. But fire is alive. It breathes.
Yeah.
It grows.
There's an order to things.
Fire will spread and destroy everything in its path if one does not have the will to control it. You are too weak.
Okay.
You think I am weak?
Avatar Roku,
I have mastered the elements 1,000 times in 1,000 lifetimes. Now, I must do it once again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will
Zhao.
teach you.
Really? That's great!
All right. Interesting.
Now concentrate. Good. Good.
Wait, what do I do now?
Silence! Talking is not concentrating.
But what am I concentrating on?
Feel the heat of the sun.
So when do I get to make some fire?
Concentrate!
Concentrating. You're not ready.
No fire yet.
What?
Power in firebending comes from the breath. That is why you must master proper breath control.
This is very Mr. Miyagi.
Assume your stance. Wider.
You're not even looking.
Wider! Now inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Good. Keep going.
Mental focus. He's basically teaching a meditation.
I did not tell you to stop.
I've been breathing for hours.
You want to stop breathing?
I want you to stop wasting my time. I want to know how to shoot fire out of my fingertips.
I had a pupil.
Aang's frustrated.
Had no interest in learning discipline. He was only concerned with the power of fire, how he could use it to destroy his opponents and wipe out the obstacles.
Ozai?
Its nature is to consume, and without control, it destroys everything around
Zhao.
it.
I promise I'll be more patient.
We are going to work with fire now.
Oh, yeah!
I want you to keep this flame from reaching the edges of the leaf for as long as you can.
All he does is leave me alone for hours to concentrate or breathe.
I'm sure there's a good reason.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm ready to do so much more. I did it! I made fire! Look, careful!
Yeah, you can't control it.
Now that's firebending. I wonder how the juggler did it. Ah! Katara! It was an accident. I was... Katara, I'm so...
I told you we shouldn't mess around with this. Look what you did.
This is why we pay attention to our teachers, Aang.
This is all your fault.
I know. Now pack your things. You must leave immediately.
Put your hands in the water. Come on. Oh. Just like that.
You have healing abilities. Fire brings only destruction and pain. Eventually, we are torn apart. Do not come back here, or you will all be destroyed! Hurry!
I want more Zhang Zhang. I like this guy. Just a wall of fire.
Master Zhang Zhang.
Zhang Zhang. I feel like everyone's pronouncing his name differently.
Zhang Zhang tried to tell me that I wasn't ready. I wouldn't listen. I'm never gonna firebend again.
Zhao and his soldiers are attacking.
Where?
That title will not help you against the Avatar. Do not try to fight him. You are no match.
I think I can handle a child.
Zhang Zhang!
We'll see.
Oh.
Take the deserter. I see he taught you how to duck and run like a coward. But I doubt he showed you what a firebender is truly capable of.
Whoa, wild shot!
I'll show you wild!
No self-control.
Stand and fight, Avatar!
Oh, were we fighting? I thought you were just getting warmed up.
I was!
Man, they'll make anyone an admiral these days.
Aang's a little shit. I love it.
I'm Admiral Zhao!
Just burning his own ships.
I don't know why, but I thought you'd be better than Zuko.
Oh!
You little smart mouth.
You've lost this battle.
You haven't thrown a single blow.
No, but you have.
Yeah. Nice. I like that.
Wait, where's Jong Jong?
He disappeared. They all did.
He'll be back.
Hey, where'd everybody go? Very funny, guys.
Jay's a bit of a simpleton. Jong Jong, where are you?
Aang, you're burned.
Cool.
Wow, that's good water.
Alright. You know how I was talking about how Aang and Zuko are two sides of the same coin? We didn't get Zuko in this episode, but it doesn't matter because we've seen Zuko's impatience over and over again. He gets riled up so easily, he bursts into anger at the slightest inconvenience. Aang is equally impatient. It doesn't often turn to like fury the way it does with Zuko, but he does lash out, and more often he just gets distracted, and he wants to learn more in these training sessions with Zhang Zhang. And they really are two sides of the same coin, aren't they? They have very similar flaws. They're on opposite sides of the main conflict of the show, but they're very similar characters, and I find I want to explore that more as we go deeper. But I like this episode because we met Zhang Zhang, and he's a very interesting mentor for Aang. I've always been wondering, like, where is Aang going to learn the firebending, since the Fire Nation as a whole is the antagonist for this series. I thought maybe Zuko and Iroh would shift allegiances eventually, but we learn about this general from the Fire Nation who deserted, who gave up because he sees the destructive nature of fire bending in general. And maybe it was even having Admiral Zhao as his pupil that sort of finally made him realize that he couldn't be part of the Fire Nation anymore. Part of me wishes they had done a couple of things differently in this episode. First of all, let me say I really like that we're making Aang's training a challenge, because he picked up the stuff from Katara so easily when she started teaching him waterbending. I worried that the actual mastery of these new elements wasn't going to be part of the story, really. It was just going to be, and now you're a waterbender too, and now you're an earthbender too. But there is going to be a bit of a journey through that as Aang learns to grow and manage parts of his personality that make various bending skills a challenge. But so I like all of that, but I felt that the fight between Aang and Admiral Zhao was too one-sided. I get that Aang saw the flaw in Zhao's tactics and in Zhao's personality. He has no self-control. And yet, it kind of diminished Zhao as an antagonist himself. I liked the way Zhao was introduced this season. I thought he, when it was clear that Zuko was an individual, he wasn't representing the Fire Nation, that he really didn't have any resources behind himself other than this one small ship and his uncle, that Zhao became the face of the Fire Nation opposing Aang. And I feel like we've kind of diminished that by how easily Aang just beat him in single combat here. But I also hope that Zhao will be back with renewed focus and resources, and maybe he'll learn the error of his ways in this battle and not make the same mistake twice. Because I think what makes a story so great is having really excellent antagonists. The more they seem unbeatable and yet interesting, the more the stakes are raised for our hero to overcome. So I hope we do something to build Zhao back up. soon, because I feel like we just diminished him as the villain. And I get that this is a kid show, so you have to simplify some of these things and so that the message comes across. But I think it's a mistake to do that at the cost of diminishing the characters. And similarly, I like that Aang has a problem that he needs to overcome in order to learn new skills, to learn firebending in this case. And yet, I feel like he learned his lesson too quickly and too easily here. Part of that comes with him accidentally burning Katara, but it's a good way to reveal that Katara has these additional abilities, but it's also an awfully convenient remedy to something that could have been explored deeper. Like if Aang had set the forest on fire accidentally and hurt innocent villagers nearby or something, and then it's a bigger hurdle to overcome. But he does learn his lessons quickly, and again, it's a kid's show, so I get it. You don't want to necessarily drag out the negatives for too long, but in this case, it just felt a little too easy, if you know what I mean. Nevertheless, I like that they're putting Aang on this journey. I just wish there were a few more obstacles along the way for him to overcome. But the series is by no means over. This season isn't over yet by a long shot. I'm very curious to see what happens in the final 4 episodes of this season, because it's still not clear exactly what our season finale will be, for lack of a better word. Maybe it's just a matter of reaching the North Pole, but maybe it's another confrontation with Zuko, but we've had some of those already, so what would make a season finale confrontation different? I don't know, but maybe that'll sort of crystallize and become clear in the next episode or two before we get to episode 20. In any case, I'm having a lot of fun with the show. I'm really enjoying the ride. I love that you guys are showing up every week to follow me along on this journey. I love meeting new fans of the show. I love hearing your comments, so please let me know your thoughts about this episode and the season so far. You guys have been great so far about keeping this journey spoiler free for me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for being so considerate. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next week, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.